Hi friends, how are y'all doing on this Wednesday afternoon? I am going to do the Q&A collab. This is part 3 that we did, and if you haven't watched Nickie's, hers was Monday, and Kim did hers on Tuesday, so here's mine for today. It is 79 degrees here in Oklahoma, and the weather is really beautiful. I'm ready to get out and plant. I went this weekend and picked up some tomatoes and peppers and stuff along with flowers, so I am excited. All right, now let's get into this. I will tell you I am really bad with names, so if I messed your name up, please forgive me, and I will try better. If I messed your name up, put it in the comments how you say it, kind of give me the pronunciation, so next time I would know. All right, let's do this. Okay, the first question is, when did you start budgeting, and why did you start, or what made you decide to start? This was from Lynette, Judith, and Sandra. All right, I have been budgeting since I was 16 years old. Not good at it, I will be honest, because I just wasn't. I was raised by my grandparents who, back then, the man took care of the finances and the woman just did what, shopped and everything. So even though my grandma was a banker, my grandfather took care of all of the money stuff, and they had a notebook, and she would just go and write down if she wrote a check, how much she wrote the check for and everything, and then at the end of the day, he would tally it and look at everything. So, and they're also a generation of, you don't ask somebody how much money they make, you don't talk about your bills to your kids or any of that. So I didn't know, but I always knew to write everything down, all of my bills, and pay them. But other than that, I never did anything else. So I've always lived on once a month pay. Me and my ex-husband, he worked for the county for a few years when we first got married, and he he got paid once a month. I would come in, pay all the bills, and then whatever money is left, that's what we blew or whatever. And we realized, after doing this for years and years and years, I realized that that isn't the way to go. And a couple of years ago, I found the budgeting system on YouTube, and a light bulb went off that I could actually start doing, dividing my money up, and instead of spending it all at one time, with dividing it up into weekly amounts, I would do, okay, here's what I have. If I spend it all, then so sad, you gotta wait till next week. And that has really worked out. So, and what had made me decide to do that, like I said, is I found this on YouTube. I was tired of spending all my money on payday and the next few days of just going and just buying, because like a friend of mine put it, I wait all month with no money, then I get paid, and it's just like, boom, I go crazy, and then I sit with no money. And I did that for a long time, and I just got tired of it. So that is my, let me put a check mark so I can remember where I'm at. So, okay. And this question is, what keeps budgeting fun for you? How do you avoid burnouts? And this is from a little of it all. And I will tell you, the fun part of my budgeting is I do the savings challenge game nights with my grandson, and that really keeps me motivated to keep going. How do I avoid burnouts? I don't know. I mean, I do have burnouts at times, but I know that I got to keep going. I also know that I need to start saving for my future. I don't show a whole lot of my budgeting on my actual side, which I need to start doing, because my debt is, I have a lot of debt, and a lot of credit card debt, and I need to figure out, start getting it paid off and everything else. So, but I don't show that because I don't disclose my income for various reasons. So that's pretty much my answer to that. I've not really ever had a burnout, I guess, on budgeting, because I know if I don't budget and stay on top of my money, then I'm in trouble. I don't have money. I don't have grocery money. I don't have money for going places or doing things. So that's kind of that answer there. Okay, and this is, do you ever feel like just going on a shopping spree? If yes, what do you do? How do you prevent yourself from doing it? From Cherish. Okay, I will admit I am a shopaholic, but my biggest downfall is Amazon. But I don't anymore when I shop on Amazon. It's for either things I need for like the house or medication, because I do order like over-the-counter medicine, and certain foods that I eat, I order them over on Amazon. I also do my ordering for my Etsy shop through Amazon. I will have to say that I don't do the shopping sprees I used to do when I was younger, when my kids were little, because my biggest downfall would be going to the mall and shopping for my kids. That's where I always blew all of my money. I bought clothes, I bought stuff for them, and I don't do that anymore because I don't have young children, and that's where my shopaholic problem come in, was shopping for them, because I always wanted to get the cute clothes and have them dressed nice and all of that. That was one of my biggest deals about it. And so I don't have a shopping spree. I can only remember like one time I went for a shopping spree for myself, and that was after I divorced my husband, and me and my friend went shopping, and I wanted to get some makeup and some skincare and stuff like that for myself, because it's something I hadn't never done in all the years really we were together, because he just kept me down. And I remember that I went crazy and spent a butt ton of money on makeup and everything else and clothes, and I was excited for that. That was over 20 years ago. So that's that one. Okay, and if you could go back in time to when you first started budgeting, what would you tell yourself? And this is from Nicole. I would tell myself to save, save, save. Stop the spending on unnecessary crap. Don't take out, it's not loans, but like we had a little store that we could get credit on, and so we would get credit for the month, and then at the end of the month we'd pay it off, and it was always a lot. I wouldn't do that. I would go back and tell my younger self to save. Start a savings account. Watch your credit score. Those things are important. Put your money up. Don't just spend it anywhere because you feel like going to the little mom and pop store down the road and get a pop, or something quick to eat. Don't do that. Save your money, budget with what you're doing, make sure that you pay attention to everything, and save your money, because you're going to need it. Make sure you have more than one savings account. Put up several savings accounts. Don't get the loans, don't get the credit cards, don't get the stuff to where you're entrapped into it. Pay attention. That's what I would tell my younger self. Pay attention to what you're doing, because when you get older, you will thank yourself for that. Because now I'm trying to play catch up. So, Number 5 is, what is an item you want or place you would like to go to that you have always wanted to save for but haven't been able to save for yet? And this was from And You Don't Stop, Yo. All right. Well, I have always wanted to go. There's 2 places I have always wanted to go. I want to go to Paris and I want to go to Hawaii. And I haven't never saved for it because those 2 things are really kind of not a possibility for me at this point. Several reasons. One, I have such bad anxiety that I don't know if I could fly again. Because the last time I flew, I had a massive panic attack. One of the worst I have ever had in my life. And the second reason is my son can no longer travel and I can't be gone that long from him. So, but I do want to start saving a little bit here and there. I plan on, after the surgery and I start feeling better and I've lost the weight, I do want to go on a small trip with my daughter, and I need to start saving for that because of all my children, she's the only one that I really never traveled with because we kind of quit traveling after she was born. So, all right. Number 6, what is something you have learned from budgeting that you didn't know or realize before? How has that changed your spending habits? And this is Curvy E Chronicles. Okay, what have I learned? I have learned how to put my money into a weekly savings, and that has changed my life drastically because I am not broke at the end of the month. I am not going through the money. I am seeing myself save more money, and I only spend what is in my wallet. So that is something I have learned that I didn't realize when I started budgeting long time ago. And how has that changed your spending habits? It's just that I've slowed down now that I see that, you know, I have money each week. I don't go and spend the money like I used to because I do have money. So it's not a, oh God, let's, you know, hurry up and spend it before we have no money. So I hope I'm answering these good enough or right. I am so nervous doing this because it's something I've never really done. All right, how do you market yourself to the community to shop your store? And this is from StarBudgets. Okay, well, I try to show my product, and when I make a new product, I show it on my videos, and then I try to use a lot of my items that I've made in my game night so that I can show everyone, you know, what it is and everything else. I probably should take some tips from Kim over at StarBudgets about sending out Happy Mail of some of the new stuff that I have so that everyone else, you know, can open it on camera and hopefully use it and kind of give me some feedback on what it is. That would be great. I do in this part want to talk about, you know, there's not, and I get it, there's not a lot of out there ideas anymore because everybody, you know, there's a lot of ideas. But what I would tell someone who is opening a shop or has a shop, you know, if you're going to copy somebody's idea, which is fine. I mean, I get that. Make it your own. You know, don't you know, take their idea and run with it. Don't use the same things. Like, I'll use, for example, my sidekicks. And, you know, I seen the other cards from another budgeting, and I knew they were hard to get, and I really wanted cards for myself to play because I thought my grandson and myself would enjoy playing with those cards. And so I did them, but I used my own ideas. I took my own thoughts and my own ideas. And I know that someone else has made some cards, and they have pretty much copied my word for word of my cards, which, okay, I get that, but you need to make your own. I mean, if you're going to copy someone to do stuff, then you make up your own ideas to do your cards, you know, or anything else. Someone, you know, making scratch offs. I know there's a lot of scratch offs out there. Make your own, you know, do your own art or something, you know, but to copy exactly bit for bit for bit, it needs to be a change up. You got to change up, you know, and you have to give a nod to the person who did it first in everything, you know, I mean, and not get pissed off because somebody is copying you. You know, okay, it's a compliment that somebody copied you, but I don't think it's right for you to ask somebody for help or examples, or, you know, and then take from that what they have given you and then just kind of, you know, give them the finger and be like, haha, this is, you know, it's not right. It's not right. And just because somebody wants to do something that you're doing, it's not fair for the community to condemn someone else for doing that. I mean, it's just not. I think it's sad that there are people in the YouTube community who are condemning each other over that. I mean, it's an idea. And okay, if I make mine the same as yours, but I do something different and I make it better, or I make it worse, or I change it up, then it's my own. So why be mad about that? I just don't get it. So, all right, I'll get off my soapbox. So that's number 7. Number 8 is, if you work an 8 to 5, how do you manage family, work, small business in your day-to-day life? And this was Element of Grace and Bianca at Plan, Live, Budget. Okay, I do not work an 8 to 5. As I stated before, I have a handicapped son that I take care of, and on my own health reasons and not able to get up and move like I would like to, I'm not able to do an 8 to 5 job. And I will have to say that Etsy sometimes keeps me on my toes. You know, my shop, I haven't done as well in my shop as everyone, a lot of other people I know have, and I'm not complaining. I get that. I feel like I tell everyone, there's a time and a place. There's something that's gonna, you know, happen, and my shop will be like, boom, here we go. I'll have a lot of going on, but you know, that happens. I can't be jealous because so and so is doing better than my shop is. I'm not. I'm just not that type of person. I'm happy and elated for everyone. I just am. I'm just not that type of person, you know, and I feel like when my time is ready, it'll come. So that is what I do there. Okay. Filming setup. What do you use? How do you film? Overhead. How do you prepare to film? Do you any software? If yes, what kind? What do you use to edit your videos? Okay, well, Bianca at Live, Plan, and Budget, and Sticky Stitch is who asked these questions. Okay. I film with my iPhone. I couldn't tell you. I think it's an 11 Pro. I don't know. It's one of those. I'm real bad about knowing what my systems are. I do not use any software. I will be honest that every once in a while I use iMovies. I don't edit my videos. I haven't figured out how to really edit them. And for that, I'm sorry if it bothers anyone, but I am not computer or electronic savvy. So I am still learning. I take tips from anyone that can send me tips. So if you have tips on how to edit, or you can tell me, and I'm one of those people that have to have step-by-step either pictures or something, because my brain doesn't work the other way. It just doesn't. I can't connect the dots sometimes. And it's really crazy, because I have always been thankful that I met Kim at StarBudgets, because I'm always sending her questions. Okay, how do you do this? How do you do that? What is this? What is that? I mean, like today, someone had asked me yesterday if I could turn my, oh, I don't have one that's not covered. Okay. The little books that I am making now, can I make them into an A5? I didn't know what an A5 size was, so I had to ask her. And then I said, well, what do I, is that the little hole punch? Is it a big hole punch? All of that. So I just don't know. But, so I don't use any of that. My overhead, I have bought a deal that holds my phone, and it's screwed into the wall because my son made me, he took a few pieces of wood, put them together so that I could clamp it onto that, and screwed it into the wall for me. And then he put it way high up, and then I can pull it down, I can move it up as I need to. I can zoom in with my iPhone camera off of my watch, and I can see all of that. So that does help me. So I guess the only equipment I use is my iPhone and my Apple Watch, and then the arm. I did get a landscaping lamp that really helps. And I will tell you, when you are videoing, the biggest thing you can get to help your audience is a mic. Get a mic. Because if people cannot hear you and understand you, they're not going to watch your channel. And I have a hard time when I'm listening to people and I can't hear them. I'm like, okay, I can't hear you. So this is my mic. I got it off of Amazon. I'll be honest, it just plugs into my phone. This is the second one that I've had, because the first one was corded and the cord kept getting in the way. I will say that you can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Today I got on Amazon, and because I was looking around so that I could tell you all the prices of them, and I got on and I found where they had the one that has two of them in there. So I ordered that one. It was $19 for two. So now Seth will have a mic when we do game night, so everyone can hear him. I didn't know they made two, so I was very excited for that. And it had a big discount on it. So if you watch Amazon, you can get a big discount on the mics and not pay a whole lot for them. And my biggest thing is get a mic and use it, because it makes it so much easier for people to understand what you're saying. It just does. All right. And that was number 9. Number 10, let's see. Okay, number 10, my question is over here. Has anything changed since you started your channel? What would you do different if you could start it over? And this was from Nickii and Tanyasbudgets. Okay. There's a lot has changed. I've seen a lot of change in YouTube since I've started. I mean, what would I do different? I don't know. Probably film more often, do it more on a consistency basis and everything. Try to grow my channel more. I am still trying to grow my channel. I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers, and I would like to do that by the end of June. So, but I mean, I've seen a lot of people changing and stuff. I would Probably not get as many binders and go so big, go so gun-ho as first starting, and just build as I had started, because I realized that I have gotten a lot of stuff that I do not use. You just have to find your niche. But I mean, really, for myself, I don't know. I think the only thing I can say is I would like I said, film more, video more, put more content out, do more content, and try to keep everything upbeat, I guess. So there's that. I did have a few more questions, and I will gather them to answer. Let's see if I have them right here. If not, then I will. Let's see. Okay, one of the questions to me was, what is one category you are most likely to overspend on? Food. Food is the one. And that, that was from Laura. And then, okay. And Mystic Budgets Mel asked me, what is my goal weight? The goal weight I would like to reach. I would like to be at least under 200 pounds is my goal weight. I really haven't talked to the doctor to find out what it is, what their goal weight for me is. So I will probably know that this next week, because I go back to the doctor and I will talk to them more about that. And then Amanda from Amanda's Budget asked me, what has kept you strong all these years after having a child with extra needs? I will be honest with you on that one. I was 16 years old when I had him, and I've had to battle a lot of people through the years with him. I have had to ignore some of their advice and go with what my heart told me to do. And after all of this time, I have no choice. I can't give up. I wasn't given a choice. I was given a child with special needs, and what do? I mean, you can give up. I have to say that my ex-husband turned to drugs and alcohol because he couldn't accept it. And I knew that with having him and my children, and I would have to be there for the rest of his life. I knew that I couldn't be anything but strong for him, because what are you supposed to do? You have to do what you have to do, and you have to fight them battles, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring with them. Or, the doctor might try to tell you, well, I know better. No, you don't. You've not spent the time and the energy. Just because you've read a book or you've seen other children, you don't know my child. So, I'm sorry. That subject makes it very hard on me to answer, because there's a lot of times I try not to think about it. My grandfather used to tell me that he thought I was the strongest person he had ever met because of everything I've went through. I mean, I haven't told y'all the half of what the government has done to us and the life we've had to lead, because everyone else wanted to tell us how we needed to do this or needed to do that for him because of the situation we're in. And it's like, y'all have no right. You did this to him. You don't have the right to tell me how to live and how to do everything for him. So, okay, I'm off of that. If I don't, I'll go down a rabbit hole I probably shouldn't go down. So, I hope I answered your questions today. If I need to elaborate more, if you will put it in the comments, and I will elaborate as much as I possibly can. And if y'all would like to know more, just put it in the comments, and I will maybe do another video and show y'all, you know, go into detail with some of the stuff. Anyhow, also stay tuned to tomorrow. I will do my wallet tomorrow since I'm doing the Q&A today. And I am going to do my 700, 800 giveaway. So please stay tuned for that, for the rules and everything with it. But it is, I think it's going to be a pretty good giveaway. So at least in my opinion, I hope anyway. So until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay out of trouble, and know that you are loved, you are cared for, and you're enough just the way you are. And my Etsy, my P.O. Box, and my email are all linked in the description below. And remember, if you haven't watched Kim's or Nikki's videos, I will link them in the description below. So please, please go check them out, because everybody's answers have been different on this. I've really enjoyed this segment. And thank you, Kim, for allowing me to be part of it. I don't know without you where I would be. I mean, I really appreciate your friendship. I mean, I started this, like you said, not expecting to find a friend, and I found a awesome friend in you. And you're right. We are exactly alike. We think alike. We just are. We're like two peas in a pod. And it is awesome. All right. Thank you all very, very, very much. And I will talk to you all in the comments below. And until next time, bye-bye.